Yes. Hi, how are you? This is PD, 60 Minutes with PD. I'm trying to pin this topic. Hi, people. How is it going? Bring this back down. Okay, I'm just trying to pin the topic on the comments. Hi, good to see you all. I see you all. Fantastic, that is good. It's not pinning. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Welcome to 60 Minutes with PD this evening. It's good to see you all. I see all my people coming back on. That's amazing. Today's topic is what men want. What men want, and that's an amazing topic. We have really nice, amazing guests today, very intelligent young people coming on board, very eligible, handsome and beautiful young people. So hey, call your friends. Let's have fun this evening. The topic is what people want. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. We're gonna learn quite a few things. So over the next 60 minutes, it's gonna be your fastest 60 minutes of the day. It's 60 Minutes with PD. Welcome on board. Good to see you. It's every Saturday at 8:30, and it's right here at PD, PIIDII 19. Fantastic. While you're here, please feel free to ask any question on relationships, on life. Hopefully I'll be able to give you a wise answer that will get you the right results, and that's what it's all about. Okay? So, I think we can just kick off. What men want. It's like men are different. So men want different things, and that's understandable. But the thing there is this. Along the line, all men, there are some common denominators, some common factors that all men want, that most men want. And tonight we're just going to have people on board, and we're just going to discuss this. Let's know if you're a man, tell us what men want. If you're a woman, tell us what you think men should want, and and then comment on what you hear the men say. Because I believe that the men might say anything, and some of the things you'll hear tonight, you might have a comment or something to say about it. And of course, we're going to discuss it. It's going to be an amazing discussion. Before we start, I'm just going to throw some things out there. I want you to catch it, and you can ask questions or build your questions or comments around the things that you hear over the next few minutes. Okay, so let's see. Now, what do men want? First thing first, let's remember that relationships work with love. Love is the fuel that drives relationships. So for your relationship to be successful, you've got to do love. Love is not an emotion, it's something you do. So you've got to do it. And when you do it, you'll get the results you want. And if you can be intentional to always do it, even when it doesn't seem right for you to do it, then you will always get the right results in time. Okay? So love is what works. Do love to one another. And do not be ruled by your emotions. Love is not an emotion. I'll say one more time. Love is not an emotion. It's something you do. And if you do it long enough, the emotions will follow. But you do it. So you are able to love anybody that you set your mind on. You're able to love them right away. Fantastic. Don't forget to follow me right here on this platform. It's going to be a journey in wisdom and progress. So let's do that. You should never give up on love, because love never fails. So love works. The thing is this, love always works. So don't get emotional and then you turn away from love. If you keep doing love, you will get the right results. Okay? So love works. Love just never fails. Okay? So what do men want? That's a big question. I'm going to run through some things really quickly, and then we'll catch up with it. Now, men want respect. Men are wired to want respect. Even when they don't deserve respect, men want respect. And if you're a woman, I'll tell you this. Most times, even if you're upset with your man and he's done something really bad, what you want from him is love, okay? And start to understand this. The love button on a man is respect. You cannot argue a man into loving you. You cannot fight a man into loving you. You cannot prove your point to a man into loving you. You can't, it's that respect button that gets the love out of the man. It's like a tap, and what opens it is respect. And if it's water you're looking for, you're gonna have to respect to get the water. This could be a tough, pill to swallow if your man is not doing the right thing, but it's still the truth, and that's how he's wired. So we can discuss this. This is a point that we can discuss. So respect. Now the thing is this though. People say, what's respect? Because fine, it's respect, but if you don't know what respect is, then you're struggling. So I'm just going to go through some things really quickly as we look at respect. Your tone of voice there's respect in the tone of your voice. There's respect in your body language. There's respect in the language you speak in itself. Don't let your man feel he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, like men have huge egos. I'm not supporting it. I don't say we should have it, but we do. That's a fact. And because we do, don't make us feel like we don't know what we're doing. Now, most women are very intelligent and actually more intuitive than men. So you know more than we do. We know that. But don't make it obvious, Try, lead us, without just being the boss. Okay? So that's there. Don't be struggling with your man to wear the pants in the house. I mean, I'm not just going to get into this, but don't struggle with your guy to wear the pants. He wears the pants, and you can support him, you can guide him, you can actually lead him without him knowing. A wise woman would know how to lead. See, it's like this. If the man is the head and the woman is the neck, do you realize that the head has to turn where the neck turns it? So if the neck would just embrace its neckness, if you know what I mean, then you can really turn the head whichever way you want. But if the neck wants to be the head, then there's going to be a problem. So let's start to think about this and know that, there's a lot we can do being where we are. Talking about men and what men want. Don't keep second guessing your guy. If he says something, tell him the options he has and then support him. But don't keep second guessing your man in the house. It's like he says something, for everything he says, you've got another opinion. Everything he says, he doesn't feel respected. Because I've seen this happen, and people don't realize that the man is not feeling respected because you're second guessing him. Fantastic. Don't be abusive. Be obedient. Serve. Be intentional. Don't use disrespectful language, and don't bring disrespectful baggage into your relationship. Many times, if you've had a bad relationship, or maybe you saw it with your parents, and there was some disrespect that was going on, because that's what you saw and that's where you're coming from. We tend sometimes to bring it into our new relationships, and you don't want to do that because it had a bad result to where you were coming from. It's going to have a bad result in this place. Okay? Running through quite a few things. Men want sex. Yes, if you're married. Men want sex. Very often, those single people, hold up. See, if you're single, it's like this. If he's drinking the milk, what's his incentive to buy the car? I mean, just think business. If he's drinking the milk, what's the incentive to buy the car? So, tell me what you think about that. So if you're single, keep the milk. Make him pay for it. Sign the papers. And then he must get as much milk as possible. Am I talking to somebody? Okay? So men want sex, we'll get into that, and it's like this. Give him as much as he wants and how he wants it. So when he's out there, all he can think of is how he's going to get back home and, have an amazing time. And then he'll come home. Like sometimes I wonder, what are women thinking? You wear this really amazing, head thing on your head. You have a mask on your face. You're in this nightgown that doesn't look sexy at all. And then you have a headache every day. And, what do you think he's doing? He's a man. He's a man. Let's define that. Men, when you come on board, please tell them. Okay, most men want to be fed. Now, you can get as sophisticated as you want and everything, but men want to be fed. Their mothers fed them. Now that you've taken over, they want to be fed. You don't have to cook it yourself. You don't have to pay for it, obviously, but make it happen. Just make it happen. Men want to be fed. And the word says, no, not the word says. It's like there's this word out there that says that the fastest way to a man's heart is his stomach. Well, it's still true. Nothing changed. Okay? So, want to be fed. Men want you to look decent and sexy. Two things, both things. And it's like this. If you're not dressing, love is always about the other person. So you're supposed to be dressing for him. Now, if you're dressing for yourself, that's selfish. If you're dressing for other people, that's unfaithful. So who are you dressing for? If you dress the way he wants. Hopefully he has good taste and he's not trying to do, he's not trying to make you dress awkwardly. But think about that. You're on 60 Minutes with PD, and it's the fastest moving hour of the day. I need to get some really amazing people on board. Men want to be wanted. Men want to be desired. Smiled at, encouraged. Every man wants you to be the cheerleader of his fan club. Okay, just tell him he looks good, and just tell him good things. And I know quite a few women say if I tell him all that, his hair will grow so big, he'll be a problem. But that's a lie. It's a lie from hell. If you encourage your man and you compliment your man, the worst thing that will come out of it is that he'll compliment you back, because he'll mirror what you've done. You've sown it into his life, he'll do it back to you. That's the worst thing, that's the worst and best thing that could happen. So please compliment your guy. I'll tell you this, there's a law of first mention. Don't let him hear a compliment for the first time outside that you have never given it to him. Because it's like the first mention. If he hears it for the first time outside, it will have value to him. Now, if you've told him everything at home, no matter what that woman tells him outside, it's like, my wife tells me this every day. So, it doesn't move me. So women, let's start to just figure this out. Compliment him as much as you can and be like the cheerleader of his fan club. Fantastic. One man's faithfulness. It's funny, men like their women faithful. It's amazing, They might not put that on themselves, but men really want their women faithful. So that's that. And one man peace. Men want peace. They want love. Men want companionship. It's like, if you like your space so much, why did you get married? You should have just stayed in your space by yourself. But now you have this man and then you want space. Don't do that. Let me see. I want to get somebody on board. I'm trying to get, yes, Kema. Kema is a handsome, young, and it's going to be nice. So fantastic. But we're waiting for Kema to come on board. While he's coming on board, Kema, are you there? Fantastic, yeah. Kema. Hey, how you doing? Your head is cut off a little bit, so you want to lift your cap. Fantastic. You think your camera should come up? Fantastic. Okay. Kema, how's it going?
I'm good, P. Good to be here.
You are looking handsome. So the topic is what men want.
Yes.
What men want. So talk to us. You've got a whole bunch of people waiting to hear what men want.
I can see that. I can see we have lots of ladies in the house.
Louder, please.
Yes. Okay. Am I loud enough?
You could be louder.
Okay.
But
okay.
Go on. We can hear you.
All right.
Somebody says Kema is so fine. Kema. You're smiling. Come on, tell us what men want.
I'm gonna ask, maybe that's what women want. I don't know. But that's not the topic. But yes, so PD, I think first of all, men want a partner.
Men want a partner. Let me see if I can go on.
Men want a partner. I don't think men want a mother. I don't think men want a sister. I think they want a partner. Just like you were talking earlier, be the neck, but then the neck should lead, knowing it's the neck, not trying to be the head. So when the man knows he has a partner in his woman, it helps make things a lot better. Things get a lot smoother when he knows he comes back home to meet his partner.
Men want partnership.
Yes.
So women, I hope you can hear that, because there are a ton of women on this platform. Men want partnership. It's something you've got to be willing to give. Okay, fantastic.
Yes. They want partnership. They want a safe space. They don't want safe space. I feel like they're coming back to a
I like that. A protective man. A man that protects his own. They want a safe Talk to me.
So they want to come back home to that safe space, to their zen. They want their homes to be their havens, and not
home should be the haven.
Yes, not a war room.
So she shouldn't be a troublesome woman, a stressful or stressful woman. No man wants to come home to stress, right?
No man.
So like you've got to come home, but not to stress. To something peaceful, nice. Meet you at the front door with a glass of something cool to drink.
Perfect.
Drag you inside and have an amazing time. That's a good homecoming. Talk to me.
That's really, I really love to see what other people think. So if there's, I'm sure the guys here, you could drop in your own comments for us to know what you also consider. But yeah, these things, and then I think something that's also quite important is that men want to be seen as the king, as a king in a
In his
kingdom.
own castle.
You know,
That's right.
so
I'm the king in my castle. I like that.
yeah,
Men
yeah,
like to be the king in their castle.
yeah, they
Fantastic.
they do,
Fantastic.
they do, because the only way you can be a queen is if he's a king.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. You
So
know, it's
if
interesting. Somebody says a safe place that can baby them like their mama. Talk through. Men are just big babies, right?
well, Pete, what would you think about this now? Someone said a safe space that can baby them like their mama. So
Well. It's a mix. Baby is good, but the relationship is not mama relationship. If you get my point. But
yeah,
but 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 yeah, yeah. Men want a safe space. Like I always say this thing, you want to be an oasis in the desert for your man. So he's out there, he's hustling, he's trying to make a living. He's at the meetings. He's getting bashed. Not all news is good news. But when it's all done, he wants to know that when I'm going home, I'm going to a place where I'm going to be encouraged, I'm going to be loved, I'm going to be embraced. I'm going to a place where it's a nice, it's a safe haven, and it's a place where I can build up myself to come out the next day and fight again another day till I win. You just get that. And I'll tell you this: if I come home to a woman that says, "I knew you couldn't do it, you didn't get the interview, blah 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 blah," and I didn't know, it just kills you. Then the
yeah,
next day you don't even have the strength. But fine, they didn't take you, but you come home and says, honey, it's their loss. I know what you have. I know that whatever company that takes you, that employs you, will really enjoy you. So just don't worry. Tomorrow's gonna be better. It just builds you up. That's the kind of woman that you want. That's gonna
yeah,
just encourage you. You can go out there and just bring it back home. Okay. And if you're a woman, you can either build him up or deflate him. So what are you doing? And let's be intentional. Build up your man. He needs you. He does need you. Fantastic. Kema, what else
yeah.
do we have?
So yeah, PD, that's it. Not so many comments from the guys. Not so many from the guys. Lots of comments from the ladies that they want peace. So yes, still the same thing. And a few people
Yeah.
are linking the he wants to be treated like a baby. So I like the mom, the baby. So I see it's a thing. I think about 2-3 people here. Someone else has said big babies that want attention. So where do we draw that line, really?
Okay. It's like this. It's like this. It's reciprocal. So if you give him care, you give him TLC, you give him tender loving care. He's expected to give it back to you. Okay. And when you both do that, it's an amazing thing. So don't be afraid to do something nice to your partner, because at best you're demonstrating what you want yourself. So it would be amazing if he babied you back, right? So it's a good thing. Never be afraid to be nice to your partner. Never just hold back. No, do it. And even when they're not doing it initially, keep doing it, because I tell people it's not the same day you plant the corn that you're going to eat the harvest. So there's going to be a season where you plant and then you tend. So plant and tend, and you're going to get a good harvest. So that's amazing. Kema, you're staying away from the typical things that men want, like sex and food and whatever. You're playing it safe, Kema. What is this? Hey.
Men do. And you get this feeling that women would want to hold it back when there probably was a misunderstanding, or when she's not, she would want to use it as a tool, as a payback tool.
I don't think so, though, Kema, because it's like this. We are wired differently. A man is very physical, just like our eyes are like a switch. So we see and we're on and we want some love right now. But women are more emotional. For women, you've got to reach them emotionally before you can get them physically. With men, you know, it's like we just do the physical thing. So sometimes they're not really trying to hold back on purpose, but if you've offended, you know, there's a settlement that needs to be settled so they can open up emotionally before you can get physical. So they're not punishing you. They're not. It's not something they're doing. If there are any women on board, you know, you can speak into this. This is a good time to like chip in so that the men here can learn something. You know, but that's just how it is. Yeah. So don't blame the women.
Well, PD, I should ask this real quick. How do we marry? Okay, the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach, right? But how do
no. Okay, go on.
How do we marry this, especially in line with current global realities, where lots of women are coming out and they're saying, you know, the kitchen is not for the women. You know, I'm a feminist. We shouldn't be cooking. The man should cook as well. How do we marry this, PD? I need to hear from.
Like personally, like I'll tell you this. No matter how feminist they are, if you take a woman and you love her, she'll do everything you want.
Mm.
Sure. I mean, like if you find a woman, no matter what placket she's holding, you know, for her, for whatever, if you love her and you really love her, she'll do what you want.
Mm.
Most times it's like, I mean, she doesn't want to be in the kitchen like it's her job. But by the time you love her enough that you've cooked, you've done everything for her, and you say, okay, you know what, even you will not tell her before she gets in the kitchen and does you some cooking. Because you've loved her, you've shown her that, you know what, I mean, I'm doing it myself and I do it unconditionally because I love you. And I've opened my heart to you. She will cook for you. It's if you boss her where you want to sit. I mean, you both went to work. She's chipping in financially as much as you are, and then you come and then you sit in the, you know, and you sit and wait to be served while she goes to cook. That's not love. That's inconsiderate, you know, bordering on wickedness. You know, you go to the kitchen, you help her out, so she's out of the kitchen on time. You eat together. You know, it's a partnership. You mentioned partnership. When you're in the living room while she's cooking, where is the partnership?
Mm.
Am I talking to anybody? People, I believe so. Kind of confused to what women want. Some people are confused. Next week, we're going to talk about what women want, okay? So don't worry about that. Next week, we'll just hear it. Amazing. I love this girl and she's supportive. But when it says, I love this girl and she's supportive, but when we have a little misunderstanding, she holds it for days, thus causing me to just have a bad day. I've apologized, but she's not giving me that space. She needs some kind of counseling. You don't stay angry for long. You don't mess your own relationship up by yourself by behaving badly. So I mean, that's some bad behavior there that needs to be spoken into. And I'll tell you this: counseling is not a sign that your relationship is bad. Like if you bought the best car in the world, you would have to service it to keep using that car, constantly. So you know, it's something that you've got to do. So don't get to a point where you just feel that you can't go for counseling. Fantastic. Let me invite. Who am I inviting tonight? That was Kema. Is Alex around? Alex. I'd like to get Alex on board. Beautiful young lady, amazingly intelligent. You're going to be impressed. You know, fantastic. Let me see. Clarita, it's like you want to send somebody's daughter into an early grave. Why? Talk to me. Why, Clarita? Hi, Alex. How are you?
I'm fine.
You're looking as beautiful as possible.
Thank you.
Hi. So, topic is what men want. Alex. I mean, like a lot of people are waiting to just hear, like, what does Alex think men want? Talk to us tonight.
I think you've covered some of the points that I would have said, such as.
But feel free to say it again. You know, say it again in your words.
It's a very big one. I think men definitely want a peaceful woman. And I believe that, you know, like you said, as a man is the head of the home, when he goes out there to hustle, to make money and provide for his family, he wants to come back to a home that's peaceful. And I believe as a duty, yes, it's my duty to provide a peaceful home.
But do you realize that when a man sees a woman, the first thing that occurs to him that he thinks of actually is not peace. Because men are very
trouble.
visual. He just look at first and then, acts. And then later on he checks if the piece is there. Guys, what do you think? Talk to me.
Well, I think it depends, though. I think it depends. I've heard that men are able to see a woman and say, she looks peaceful, she looks calm. And then there's some women that they think, that she looks a bit, so I don't know. Can men tell? Can men tell? That's a good question. Can men tell if a woman is peaceful or not from afar? Do we give off, like any perception that says, oh, yes, I'm peaceful or no?
I think when men, it might take a while to figure out how peaceful a person is, but then it's easy to see how a woman is interacting in her environment to see if they're energetic or too energetic or peaceful or you might not know, but really, if you know what you're looking for in the first in the first encounter, you can actually figure out. You can sit with a lady and have like a 15 minutes at dinner can tell you a whole lot about a person if you know the right questions. And one day we'll talk about questions. Okay. Because if you know the right questions to ask, you'll get all the answers that you need.
And also, I feel that we live in a modern day. Women are becoming more, independent. We're educated. We go out. We hustle just as the men do. So I have 2 points to make here. Firstly, about that cooking thing. I'm happy to cook, but I can't go out and be working the way you're working and then also be coming home to be cooking. That just can't happen,
So, man, did you hear that? No, yeah, and actually, a considerate man should not expect that. Like for me, what I think is this: you don't have to do the cooking, you don't have to buy it, but it's good if the woman arranged it, made it happen.
Yeah.
You get. And if we have to cook it, then of course, if we've both been out at work, then we should be in the kitchen together. I mean, I love when men get in the kitchen and they can find their way around in the kitchen, and just see, like we've talked about partnership. That partnership is important to men. Then that partnership has got to get everywhere. It's a partnership everywhere, not just a partnership when it's in finances, and then it's not a partnership in other areas. That's not it. So like we're not on like the men's sides. We just want to say the truth and come to a nice balance. Amazing. What else do you have for us? Somebody says here, relationship is partnership, love is unconditional and service to each other. Wow, this is really good. Go for counseling for every chick. Okay, go on, talk to me.
So back to the peace thing. As a woman, how do we? So yes, you have this independent woman. She's very bubbly. She's very confident, and I feel sometimes men might look at that and be a bit intimidated and feel like she might be a bit of a challenge.
That's for a man that doesn't have confidence in himself. Not all men fall in that category. Truly, I think some men could be intimidated, but not all men. There are men out there that, in fact, they'll just love that because, in fact, that's what they're looking for. Because they're ambitious themselves. They're achieving something in life, and they want somebody who can keep up, who can match up. And so it's not a bad thing. It's about choosing who you settle with. Don't settle with, like, if as a woman you're going places and you're on your way up like that, then you want to make sure you follow a man whose vision is greater than yours. So 15 minutes at dinner is like, so what are your plans for the future? What have you done about it? So where do you see yourself? Simple questions like that. And if you can't answer directly and it's not really tying up, then you can say, well, maybe this guy's not there. But you'll see a guy who will give you the whole vision and plan, and it will blow your mind. Well, that's my guy. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah. And in line with that, I believe men want a supportive woman, like a support system.
Mm-hmm.
And the last point I'll make, I think men want a forgiving woman.
Men want a forgiving woman. That is true, though. I mean, that is so true. Yeah, because even anybody, men want a forgiving woman, and women want a forgiving man too. because you don't want to carry offense. I mean, offense kills relationship. One of the enemies of relationship is offense. And anybody who holds on to offense long enough will kill the relationship. So for the sake of the relationship, we've got to lose the offenses, have that capacity and move on. That's amazing. So wow, that is really good. That is really good, Alex. I'm so, I'm impressed. Ade says relationship is partnership, love. Yes, I saw that. Yes, it's like you want to send. Now, what does this mean? It's like you want to send somebody's daughter into an early grave. Clarita, please tell us what this means. It's got to mean something,
Actually,
So,
on that point, you do know that there's a study that has been published, and it says that when men and women get married, a man's life expectancy increases and women's decreases.
oh, no, I've heard of the men's increasing. I've not heard of
The women's decreases. It
when
goes
women
down.
get married.
Yeah.
You would have to show me. You have to show the
I will.
I feel
will
like,
show you the study.
you would have to show that to me.
Because we're giving everything. You said men want to be babied. Men
No, wait. Wait. Like there are some unspoken assumptions you're making. There are. Like if you said that we're doing everything, what kind of relationship is that?
No,
And that's not.
I don't think
that's just not the. It's not every relationship is like that.
Okay.
Did you just get that? We can't put the men in the doghouse and just keep them there. A lot of men are doing the right thing. They're helping out. They're chipping in, and they are like helping in every area. There are men like that. Now, how would you just categorize a man like that with this category of men that you're talking about? Like we're just doing everything.
Well, no, the man that you've just spoken about, yes, they exist. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the time, especially emotionally, okay, I feel that women give a lot emotionally to the extent that they get battered.
They give a lot emotionally to the extent they get battered. No. It's true. Men need to learn how to tap into their emotions, okay? How to reveal it and how to receive and respond to somebody else's emotion. And that's why, people like me exist to counsel. And I tell you this, every man needs an older man who understands what love is, that can speak into his life. I can actually take it back and blame you women. Because when kids are growing up, it's like, be a man, stop crying, be a man, pull yourself together, be a man. And then for us men, that's what we've heard, and that's what we've become. Because he said, be a man, hide your emotions. Because that's how our mothers raised us. Men, any man in the house, I need some support here. But did you get that? I mean, but you know how we raise men. Like be a man. And then we become emotionally, on whatever. There's a word that comes to my mind, but I won't use it. But we become emotionally something.
I have a question here. Someone asks, should broke men date?
Should broke men date? That's an amazing question. Broke men should look for a job or start a business before they think about dating. I mean, like okay, you brought this over. What do you have to offer? Like, notice if you bring a woman, you've got to have something to offer. Okay? And if you're broke, then spend more time, energy, and intentionality on producing income. Because women cost money. Okay. That's something, women cost money. Expect to spend. Love spends. Love is generous. So how are you going to love her? Talk to me.
All right. Let me see what else we
have. So
you
can ask a man what he wants in a woman and watch him describe a slave. I don't know what kind of men you're hanging with, but not all men are like that. You just get that. They said if you ask a man what he wants in a woman, he's going to describe a slave. But what kind of men are you hanging with? I'm not like that. My friends aren't like that. What kind of men are you hanging with? If he does that, just completely get away from that man. A man should love you. He should treat you like a queen. That's for next week. Next week we'll talk about what women want. This is about what men want. Okay. Anything else, people? anything else, people, what men want, you know, fantastic. Sometimes I think it's the same thing. Sometimes I think these men are looking for a house girl. Somebody says, Alex, you look so beautiful. Oh, Alex,
Thank
did you hear
you.
that? You know, if you need to see Alex, talk to me. I'll vet you, and then I'll see what to do. If I approve, I'll send you her information. Alex, don't talk to anybody that talks to you after today.
Okay.
Okay? Very good. If your wife falls ill, maybe she's been put to bed, rest whilst pregnant. So what's the question? If your wife falls ill, maybe she's been put. If your wife is ill, you're supposed to take care of her. Every man should know his way around the kitchen, I believe. Okay? And you shouldn't be afraid. And you should help. I mean, and if your woman is, no, this is for next week, not for today. We're talking about what men want.
I have one question here.
Okay.
Why do men cheat when they have everything at home? They have a peaceful woman, they have a support system, they have a forgiving woman, they have everything they want, they have a beautiful family, and they still step outside of the home.
It's two things. One is this: if you know that you can actually give a man, all he wants sexually, that he has nothing else to give outside. He's just like completely tapped out. That's one. So you can have your man completely tapped out. So there's nothing he could give outside, even if he wanted to. Two is be careful. Like peer pressure actually works a lot with men, even with grown men. If your guy has friends who are cheating, then I promise you your guy is cheating. That is just peer pressure. And there are ways you can introduce him to people who don't cheat, and after a while you can get him not to think about cheating. But the truth is this: it's most times that a man cheats, there's something. There's just something. So if we come back to it, get counseling, bring him back, put him under some kind of what's the word now? Accountability. Get him some accountability partnership, and he'll be okay. No, not all men cheat.
Okay. I'm just looking at the questions. No romance.
As long as you're not meeting her at the end of the month to bring money for the school fees and rent. Now, as long as you're not meeting her. Okay, Clarita, I have to get Clarita on board because she's saying a lot. It's as long as you're not meeting her at the end of the month to bring money for school fees. Love gives. So, school fees is okay. It's like, hopefully there are kids, so school fees is not a big deal, and rent. Of course he's paying the rent. His rent, both of you's rent. I'm assuming you're married. Fantastic. So how are we doing? What men want? I have a topic, but men are very lazy sometimes. We need help too. Is this from a man? Men are very lazy sometimes. If like I'll tell you this, if you're a man and you describe yourself as lazy, that is bad. That is really bad. You are not lazy, and you are not trying to be lazy, and you're not claiming it, and you're not living it. It's really bad. If a man classifies himself as lazy, he will never achieve whatever kind of destiny that's there for him. So as a man, you've got to see yourself as hardworking, and just hardworking. Every man should be hardworking. Hardworking, work on your plan, work on your vision, and lead your family, lead your woman. Have a vision that's greater than hers. And women, don't hook up with a man whose vision is less than yours. You're going to struggle, and he's going to, it's not going to be a big thing. So.
But then sometimes we get classed as gold diggers because
No. Having a big vision doesn't mean that there's money in your pocket right now. Do you know that? So he's got the vision and he's got the drive. So you want to partner with him to make it happen. So like a gold digger is like, the money is there. You want it ready. It's like you want everything just done and you're just walking into it. Like you and like a million other ladies. So, so there's a difference.
Okay.
How about that? Alex, my dear, you cuckoo doesn't mean I'll not help you with it. Being in the kitchen isn't a problem, but it's her primary responsibility to cook. Who said this one? Hey, you're looking for you need counseling? It's not her primary, like her parents sent her to school. possibly better schools than you went, and you think it's a primary responsibility to cook, I disagree with you. Not all men think that way. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Okay. So what else do we have here? He said peaceful, but trust me, that's not what he had in mind to say. He was trying to say be polite. Yeah. I mean, like peaceful, polite is good. Polite is good. Peace of mind. Fantastic. So, Alex, what are you going to say before you go? Give us a parting word.
Sorry?
A word of advice before you go, Alex. Give us a word of advice.
Is this to the men or to the women?
To the men.
Ah, to the men.
Or what does Alex want in a man? That's a good one. This is
what
personally.
I want in a man. Wow.
That's right. 3 things, real quick and fast. Men, you have your pens down.
I want a man to obviously accept me for who I am, that can understand
Alex,
me.
are you single?
Yes. You're putting me on the spot.
Okay. Well, you know, guys, you saw she had to think about it. Okay, talk to me.
I'm single. Yeah, no, I'm single. I'm single.
That's right.
Yeah. What do I want in a man? So a guy that can understand me, a guy that can lead and take charge.
A guy that can lead. Okay, so guys, yes. A guy that can lead. Okay.
And take charge.
2 more things. 2 more things. 3 things.
I want a guy that can provide.
That can provide, of course.
Yeah.
That lead, provide. Okay. The last thing.
And the last thing is a guy that is able to actually open up to me and show emotion.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. Guy that can lead, provide, and can show emotion. Okay. Yeah. I can really love you. I just know what love is. I do love to you consistently. Let me add that for you, right? Amazing. Thank you, Alex. It's amazing talking to you. I'm looking forward to having you back on again. I know I have, who do I have that's coming on? This is Junior. It's Junior is supposed to come on. Junior is a nice, young guy. Yes, Junior is just going to completely. This is a nice, handsome young man that has a lot to say on what guys want. We're waiting for Junior to come on board. Now, so how was that? I think we're learning quite a few things about what men want. There's a topic that I'm going to mention later on. Hey, Junior, how's it going?
Hey.
It's so good to see you.
PD. I have to get used to this PD thing.
Yeah, PD, just call me PD.
How are you doing?
So how's it going?
I'm all right. I'm enjoying the conversation.
Good. So you've been following, you know, we're talking about what men want. You know, let's make it exciting. Let's
hear something. I think it's an interesting topic. I've had a couple of people have asked me questions like, "Oh, what's this about?" Everybody's excited to get into it. I think even bringing ladies on board was good. It was a very good idea to bring ladies because the perspective that she brought helped the conversation. I'm just going to jump right into it. Someone asked a question earlier, asking, does special package work? So maybe I want to...
What does that mean? Does special package work?
I don't know. You need to tell us. It's a thing that's going on now. Special package.
Really? So if you tell me what special package is, then I can speak into it.
Okay, so apparently it's just something you buy to use for a guy, to attract a guy to you with women. So it's something you use to attract guys. But it's not. Okay,
so it's something that a woman will do to attract a man.
Yes.
I mean, it could work. You know, I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I'm going to jump into it, right? I think for
special package
is what?
So special package is juju. No, this is not a good thing. Huh?
Exactly. It's not.
So is that what special package is?
That is what it is.
It's voodoo. No, don't go there. For what?
Don't go there
for what? That's that is not it. Okay.
Okay. So let's get into it.
No special package. It will just come back to you and give you hell. Okay, talk to me.
Okay, so I think personally, the one I want to talk about, because you've kind of covered it, and the other guests have covered it as well. But I think what people are not adding is there's something that I feel is very important, which is value add. I feel like it's important for a woman to bring that to the table. So in terms of, like for instance, when they mentioned what about cooking for women? Personally, I believe a guy should cook. I know how to cook well. I will cook for my babe. I'll cook for my madam. I'll take care of her. But I expect her to do the same thing back for me as well. So it's kind of like a 50-50 relationship when it comes to those things. When I say value add, I mean in terms of, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, just adding that value. I think a lot of Nigerian women now don't feel the need to add value. They just think it's, okay, the guy is supposed to provide, the guy is supposed to take care of the bills, the guy is supposed to take care of everything, and that's it. But if a guy does all those things, at the end of the day, he's going to feel like, okay, well, maybe I can step out. Maybe I can be unfaithful because I'm providing, I'm the provider, I'm doing everything. So I feel like if a woman ensures that she holds down that position, she adds that value, he wouldn't want to step out. He wouldn't want to leave. He wouldn't want to, because he knows what he's leaving. He knows what he stands to lose if he leaves. And even if it's not financial, even if it's just prayer, you're doing a project, the woman you come back home tired and stressed out, and she just sits you down and prays with you about it, asks you about it. That's the psychological, the physical, it's important. I think also another thing that's very important is,
I like that added value.
I think a man wants a woman that can be a tease, that can be a tease for him. I want to go into, I think a lot of everybody's avoiding. I feel like everybody's avoiding this topic.
We're all mature adults.
Yeah, I think a woman wants a man wants a woman that can stay fit, can please him sexually, can to tease him. You get back home, you're stressed out. Well, babe, here's food, and maybe wear some nice lingerie and just tickle his fancy, as they say. So, I think that's something that's very important that women might not be looking at. Companionship they mentioned.
And I see that like if that happens, I can see a guy wanting to come home. Like somebody asked a question, why do men cheat? But it's possible that a man, like, he's watching his time at work because he can't wait to get home because it's going to be lit.
So it's very, very important. Trust. A man wants a woman he can feel he trusts. Like you don't want. And I think most women are trustful anyway. Most women have, I think, in my opinion, have kind of like tunnel vision, whereby if they're with one guy, that's who they stay with, that's who they're with.
You've got some women out there that are bad. I do kind of,
Of course, there are those.
I think you're hiding good so far.
Yeah. I know how to pick them, so I think that's the good thing. You said it earlier, whereby if you, in the first step of conversations, you know how to pick those little things from a woman that that, okay, this one, she likes the streets.
It's about questions. It's about knowing what questions to ask.
Yes.
We're gonna do a topic of questions. What questions do I ask?
What would you say? What would you say some of these questions are? If you're on a dinner date, fine girl, you're just starting the conversation. How do you ask some questions to kind of find out?
Like the key to questions is this: you need to know clearly what you're looking for. If you're still dating and you're looking for the right person, you have to have a profile. We don't have time to get into it tonight, but you must have a clear profile of the person you want. It's like a picture, but it's just the number of things you want. So your questions basically is to confirm what's in your profile. So because I have a profile, I can meet with you over like a 15-30 minute lunch or dinner date, and I'll ask you questions that to you will mean nothing, but to me, I'm qualifying you for the profile. And if it fits, then I'll press it. But if it doesn't, that's the last day. It's like it's over.
So
it's about
I wanted to ask, because the last I think someone had asked in the last guest that should you be dating if you're broke? So now I want to ask you now, should a woman be dating if she's broke? Because you ask the guys, why don't ask the girls? I mean, just asking.
Of course you can be dating if she's broke. She's a woman. Yes, I agree. You can date.
I'm just
Yes,
okay, so
I mean, like, I don't know how, but yeah, because I mean, the man is still the provider,
Of course.
So if she's broke, she's not gonna be broke permanently. But if she's broke, she can date. But if you're a
Yeah,
man, you're a man. I mean, there's some
yeah,
responsibilities. Like I
now
didn't grow up
exactly.
going Dutch, where we split the bills. If I take you out, I plan to pay. You know, and if I, you know, so.
No, I think also if for that question, I think you should be able to date, because a guy is supposed to, you know, if a babe doesn't have a job, you should try to help her find the one. If you know she's broke, try to guide her towards maybe her business or whatever she's doing. But that's why I feel like in the end of the day, she has to bring in value. She has to have that value so that you can actually work on what she has to build her to where you want her to be. So yeah, definitely, that's fine. Okay, what else do we have here?
And also I advise that not be women be financially independent. Anytime a woman is completely financially dependent on a man, you're opening up doors to abuse. You know, so I don't want to do that. And don't let a man just convince you not to have any kind of income. Have some kind of income, some kind of financial independence. It just sets you free, and it limits the abuse that could come to you. Because sometimes with a man, it could be unknowingly, it could be unintentional. But if he knows that you have no other income and you have to come to him for every single thing, it's just not healthy, and I don't advise it. But
someone here said if a man shouldn't date while he's broke, a woman shouldn't date too. Currently,
you know, see, some things sound good theoretically, but practically, it's like I mean, I'm a man. We were raised to take care of the people that we're with. Things, you know, in these days, you know, we chip in is fine, but I am big enough to take a woman out and not expect anything from her financially.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
And most of us are like that. So that's where we're at. So you might not have any money, but you have other things that we want, and that has value. I think so that's a good thing. You know, she has like if we're taking her out, obviously there's something of value that we see that's not financially, but it's something that's of interest. Abi, Junior, I have to bring in Odochi. So this has been amazing, Junior. Amazing. Junior is available. Handsome guy, very intelligent. Let me tell your market. You know, Odochi, where are you? Odochi, please just step in. Odochi, where are you? I need to get Odochi in. Odochi, okay. Odochi, where are you? What's your, I think, Odochi, are you Chinibe or your Glow Shoppers? Let me bring, no, Chinibe, let me see, let me try this. Odochi, I hope this is you, Odochi. I'm about to bring somebody in. Who is Glow Shoppers? Let's talk to Glow Shoppers and see. Odochi.
Yeah, hello, PD.
How are you doing? You have 2 minutes.
I'm fine,
Fire
thank
your
you.
question.
Okay, no, not a question, really. I think I just have a contribution.
Comment. You're a man, we want to know what you want.
Yeah, I think a man wants women who don't have to roll out their love in measures. You see, because sometimes women, they tend to give the love in beats, you know. We want people who would love us unconditionally.
True.
Yeah.
And you have a good point, because sometimes women, they've read so many books, they've talked to so many people, so that when they're dealing with you, they're like so many things are in their mind that's just not. We want simple women. Just if you love me, just roll it out. Okay?
Yes,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Amazing. I like
think
that.
Men also like women who don't keep records of wrongs, who don't have to nag and remind you of a wrong thing over and over and over again. We want women who don't rub our wrongs in our faces, you know, who accept that okay, this is wrong and we settle it that way. But you don't have to keep bringing it up over and over and over again.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good point. I mean, women don't, like men don't want women that just start to record things and bring it back to you over and over again. Yes, we don't want that. You know, that could be stressful. Fantastic. I like your insight. Tell us some more.
That will be all from me for you.
That's it. Amazing. It's amazing having you on board. You know, looking forward to talking to you again. And tell your friends, follow PD on Instagram, PD19. Fantastic.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Let me see. Odochi, where are you? Where is Odochi? Odochi. Okay, this is Odochi right here. Okay. Go live with Odochi. Odochi, yes. Fantastic. We have 5 minutes. We'll be back next week with What Women. Odochi.
Hi, PD.
You're looking beautiful as usual.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do men want?
Okay. So I'll make this quick. I spoke to a number of my friends, and the one thing that we agreed on is that men want respect. But the thing is, respect means different things to different people, sir. You know, like you said earlier, okay, so outright disrespect, I guess, for the Nigerian man is, you know, raising your voice at him in public, you know, embarrassing him in public. So there's that. But there are some instances where women don't even know that they've disrespected their men or their husbands or their partners. So, and there's also the delivery factor, you know, that women are trained to, oh, you know, catch your man at a good time, you know, use your sweet voice, be gentle, talk to him after he has eaten. You know, it goes a long way. But the truth is, it's also really, really tiring. So my question is, shouldn't there be a healthy balance between constantly having to make sure the man doesn't feel disrespected, constantly watching what we say, how we say it, and, you know, we as women being able to be passionate and opinionative to an extent, and also just express ourselves without fear of anger, judgment, retribution, and generally just like offending somebody's son, you know? Like, can we just like leave?
Yeah, and truly there has to be a balance. You can't be a guy, and I'll tell you one thing, respect has got to be earned. And as much as we say men want respect, a man too has got, if he's to get that respect constantly, he's got to earn it. So and this is for the men too, you just can't behave anyhow and just want respect there. So yes, and I'll tell you this too. If you make respect this huge thing that you're not earning, it's going to be stressful for your partner. It will be stressful, and it's not your goal as a man to make your wife stressful, to stress your woman, you know? So yes, that's a really, really good point. Yeah. It shouldn't be this thing, this respect, you know. Respect
just hanging over.
He's worthy of your respect and you respect him, and that's cool. Really, really good point. What else?
Okay, so another question. So usually in relationships, when I guess the two people are in the dating phase, the men aren't really open about how much respect they want. And then when they enter into a marriage, the dynamics change, and all of a sudden, they want this level of respect that the woman didn't even like realize they needed in the first place. So, what is the solution to to this problem?
To that. Okay, good communication will actually stop that. But I'll tell you what happens here, because it happens on both sides. Where a man will say, "Well, she's my girlfriend, and I can take this from her," but in his mind, he knows that I will not take this from my wife. So the day he upgrades her from girlfriend to wife, okay, he just changes, okay? And I've seen women do that as well. So the thing that is about communication, always ask, once it's getting serious, what is it that you expect from your wife? You know, just ask, you know, like, I don't know why when people communicate these days, they are a bit shy about discussing some things. You know, it's open field. You know, we're talking, let's communicate on every level. So it's like, okay, if I was your wife, you know, what would you demand of me? What are your expectations? So you discussed it, you've got a good idea. If it comes to you as a surprise, the communication was not enough, okay? But there's one thing that men ask for, and I'm surprised I didn't hear today, but I heard a lot, is they want a submissive woman. And before we're done, I want to say this. Women are wired to submit to men that love them sacrificially, to men that love them unconditionally. So it's one thing for you to go out there and you're looking for submission. But if you're not loving them sacrificially and unconditionally, it's not going to come out of them. They're going to struggle. So if you're a man and submission is big to you, then loving sacrificially and unconditionally has got to be big to you as well. Odochi, so next week we're here with What Women Want. So please, you know, women, I want to hear from you. Odochi, give us your parting word before we close. We have like 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay, one thing that I think men should actually look out for in a partner is that they should look for a partner, like Alex said, they should look for a partner that they can be completely vulnerable with. And, you know, a partner that can also be vulnerable with them. You know, I feel like there's nothing more intimate than being like two people being able to, you know, be completely open and share whatever it is that they're feeling, and then, you know, work on whatever issues they are. I think that it's just like so much easier. that way, as opposed to ego feeding and babying his ego and